praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Rakakavadash, and our double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone who do rule well. And salute, man. Much love to you sincere brothers who push this truth week in and week out, man. Y'all brothers, stay strong. We almost home. And quick video on the legend of Quetzalcoatl of Mexico, in which this man was said to actually be Yahawashi. When you read about him, his characteristics, the things about him, and you read some of the history on him, it parallels and it's very similar to Yahawashi, in the history of Yahawashi and the story of Yahawashi. And I'm gonna just go into this paragraph right here and then hit some scriptures on it, man, because it's definitely pretty interesting, man. And because Yahawashi, we're talking about our apostles and elders here at Great Millstone, that Yahawashi did go over to the Americas, man, which that's where the Northern Kingdom resides, man, or were residing, while we, the Southern Kingdom, the so-called Negroes, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, were over in the basically Middle East and in these European countries, in Africa for a point of time. And when Yahawashi was on the scene, a Northern Kingdom of the Israelites, which was Ephraim, Manasseh, Issachar, Asher, Zebulun, Naphtali, Simeon, and so on and so forth, man. The so-called Latinos, Native Americans, they were over in the Western Hemisphere, in the Americas, man, North, South, Central America, and throughout the so-called Caribbean islands, man. And it was said that Yahawashi actually visited them. And that's the way our apostles break it down, man. I believe. And matter of fact, I started off with that real quick. Like I said, it's a quick one because I'm not greatly in depth on the history. It's not really that much to read about this particular Quetzalcoatl. So just gonna hit some scriptures on it. This is John 10 and 16. It says, okay, I started 15. I started 14, man. John 10 and 14. I am the good shepherd, and know my sheep, and am known of mine. As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, which are not the Southern Kingdom, which are not living in this particular land mass in Israel at the time. Them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd. Exactly. And Yahawashi, through the Spirit, today is bringing the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom together through the Spirit, man. What's the Spirit? The understanding of this word, man. You don't see no collaboration or no unity between those so-called blacks and Latinos except in this truth. And Yahawashi, he is the truth. He says he's the way, the truth, and the life. He is the word. And the word is the truth. And so Yahawashi actually went over to the Northern Kingdom to actually preach to and teach to the Northern Kingdom, man. He basically did what he did when he was amongst the Southern Kingdom, man. And let me jump to John. Matter of fact, let me read off this paper, Salakia. It says, Quetzalcoatl of Mexico was recognized as the Messiah by seers and astrologers. He was recognized as the Messiah by seers and astrologers. His head was rayed, his complexion was black, and his hair was woolly. Between the 14th and 16th centuries during the Aztec era, Quetzalcoatl was worshipped as the patron of priests, the inventor of books and the calendar, as well as the protector of goldsmiths and other craftsmen. Quetzalcoatl was also looked upon as the symbol of death and resurrection. Sound familiar? Contrary to statements made by the friars, he was never blind nor white. And, let me get into the color of Yahawashi, in which, like I said, many of the things you read about this man, or almost all the things you read about him, parallels the way that Yahawashi was, man. So that's why the apostles and elders believe this man to be, to actually be Yahawashi. One of the, and Quetzalcoatl, which I forgot exactly what that means. That's the name the Mexicans gave him, or whatever. This is Revelations 1:1, the revelations of Yahawashi Mashiach, which Yahweh gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. Signified it by his angel unto his servant John. So signified by the angels. Let's see. And it says, verse 13, in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girded about the paps with a golden girdle. It says his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flaming fire. White woolly hair, man, with bloodshot red eyes, man. And it says, and who else on this planet has woolly hair, by the way? So-called black people, man. And it says, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they did burn in the furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. And yeah, a deep voice, man, and dark skinned feet. So if his feet was dark skinned, the rest of his body was dark skinned, man. But you read that in Salakia. Daniel's too, man. The book of Daniel's, well, it actually gives that same description, but in different words, and it actually describes the color of his arms too. You know, and it says, when I'm reading off this screen, it says, Quetzalcoatl was also looked upon as the symbol of death and resurrection. It says, so I want to jump to verse 18 on this same chapter I was just reading from. It says, I am he that liveth and was dead. So remember, Yahawashi was resurrected, man. I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Tawab, and have the keys of hell and death. Exactly, man. Yahawashi defeated death. He was resurrected on what? The 3rd day, man, after they killed him. But he defeated death, so they really didn't kill him because he defeated death, man. You know? He said he got the keys to that, man. That can't beat me. I'm above that. You know, that's why he's the Messiah. You know, and the things Yahawashi say he did, he says we're going to be able to do that and then some, man. The things you read about him walking on water, him being resurrected, him turning water into wine, him healing people. Those things we read about, we're going to be able to do those and better. That's if we is the hopeful elect, man. That's if we are. And let me see. I'll go back to John 21 and 25. It says, and there are also many other things which Yahawashi did, the which if they should be written every one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written. Hold on. And there are also many other things which Yahawashi did, the which if they should be written every one, I suppose that even the world itself cannot contain the books that should be written to Wab. So us reading this Bible, this is basically a little inkling of what Yahawashi did, but it gives you the main things that he actually did, though. The main things that we need to know. You know? Well, he did so much in his lifetime. Not even all the books on this planet can hold what he did, man. They can't contain what Yahawashi actually did when he was on this planet. Because that's how much works he did. And it says, I want to read that part. It said, Quetzalcoatl was worshipped as the patron of priests, the inventor of books and the calendar. Now, you know Issachar like to be idol worshippers, so I got to read this script real quick. Yahawashi is this book. He is this word, man, the Bible. But you got to be careful on all other books, man, you know. There are good books out there that build off the basis of the scriptures, and that further help validate the scriptures, but you got a lot of bullshit out there too, so let me read this real quick. Ecclesiastes 12:12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books. There is no end, and much study is weariness of the flesh. So be admonished of all these different books out here, man. And it says, of making of many books, there is no end, and much study is weariness of the flesh. So be careful. You know, them Latin tribes especially are heavy into idolatry, so of course they mixed a lot of bullshit in the story of Quetzalcoatl, which the elders and apostles believe to be Yahawashi, man. Going under a different alias, a nickname that the Mexicans gave him, man, Quetzalcoatl, if I'm saying that right. And yeah, let me get this Matthew 24. Like I said, I ain't gonna say much about it. I'm still trying to make sure I'm edifying. Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world. Yahawashi said, this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And then shall the end come. Yahawashi said the gospel going to be preached in all the world. Now, at the time of Yahawashi, didn't reach all the world. Now, he did go to the northern the western hemisphere, you know. But that's not all the world. His apostles went throughout Europe, so-called Middle East, etc. But that's not the whole world. But look, in these times, the gospel is going out throughout the whole world. Now the end is coming. Once again, that's why you see Latin tribes and so-called Negroes joining hand in hand in this truth, man, and preaching this gospel, man. Preaching the word. That's why you see so many prophecies coming to pass, because this gospel is going out throughout the whole world. You got camps popping up everywhere, places you would never thought the camps, you ever see camps, man. The internet, the Most High created the internet, used a Nigerian man, I forgot his name, to create the internet. And the internet has been used as a tool, probably the greatest tool to push this, the greatest tool to push and drive this truth, man, throughout the globe. And then shall the end come. So we got to endure, man. And I just wanted to speak on that a little bit, man. Quetzalcoatl of Mexico. It was recognized as the Messiah by seers and astrologers. And yeah, I'll leave it right there. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Shah, Bashem Kakwadash, Shalom to the hopefully let Kwam Yashala, a Bible ball.